Everybody, this is EJ Fizzle here, and today we're going to be talking about the great remake we all love to call Snow White. So I went to go see this movie yesterday with as much high hopes as high hoes. Oh wait, no, they said a lot of high hoes, didn't they? I didn't have high hopes for this thing. Down to the Rachel Zegler controversy and uh, Disney and remakes and no dwarf and the dwarves being CGI and blah 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 blah. I I didn't really care. Like I kept looking at that movies saying, yeah, that one's gonna bomb. And honestly, in reality, no. This is a Disney movie. You guys are still gonna watch it. Even if it's bad. Because good publicity, bad publicity, it's still publicity? So that's why I think Disney doesn't care about, creativity anymore and blah bull. But I'm not here to talk shit about Disney. I'm here to talk shit about Snow White. I mean talk about Snow White. This is a movie review, guys. Good morning everyone. EJ Fizzle here and let's talk about Snow White. So, the movie has Snow White who uh works in the castle with the evil queen, and she is the fairest of them all. Not the evil queen, but Snow White. And the evil queen's first instinct is murder, so she tells this one guy to execute Snow White by taking her to like an apple farm. And then she says, "Bring me her heart." And then, he doesn't do that. He says, "Go into the forest." And so she runs into the forest, and the Deku tree from Legend of Zelda, the Deku tree, I didn't think he was gonna make a cameo. Hear me out. There are so many cameos in this movie. It's pretty crazy. Forest cameos. So we got the Deku tree who throws her into a hole. That was pretty crazy. What other cameos? Oh, Bambi. Bambi shows up. He shows up in the movie. It's oh my gosh, the cameos and Thumper. Bambi and Thumper are in this movie. And I didn't even think they could do this because, Sega and copyright and Paramount. But you know what? Sonic and Shadow. Fuck, this movie's a 10 out of 10 already. No, Sonic and Shadow in this movie. And you might be thinking, EJ Fizzle, are you going insane right now? Did you really see Sonic and Shadow in Snow White? And to that viewer, I say, look at this picture. And do you. I see Sonic and Shadow. I don't know what you see. We also got the good old tortoise from Tortoise in the Hare by Disney. Disney. And unfortunately, we did not get a cameo from Mickey Mouse. I was pretty you know. So Disney, Lilo and Stitch, can we have that cameo from Mickey Mouse, please? I kind of wanted that. I was a little intrigued, and I was really hoping I could get a cameo, but unfortunately, I was not there. But we got Bambi, Thumper, Sonic, and Shadow, which you know what? Those are the main four. Those were not on my bingo card. And anyway, all jokes aside, the dwarves actually don't look that bad. Okay? I know everyone says they look gross and ridiculous and really stupid. I disagree. It took me a while. Don't get me wrong now. When I first saw them, I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? The more time you spend with these seven dwarfs, I think the better it takes some getting used to. It's like if let's go back to Sonic. Let's say the Sonic movie one, you got this monstrosity. That could have taken some used to, maybe. Or, let's go to my favorite video game, Five Nights at Freddy's. The FNAF movie. They had red eyes, and everyone hated that, but they got used to it. So let's just get used to these seven dwarfs because they don't really deserve it. But what I thought was really weird were these bandits. So, in case you don't know, and I didn't even know this, they were originally going to replace the dwarves with the bandits, and those are going to be the seven dwarves. I am so glad they changed that. Oh, I don't know if I could live in a world with that because the dwarves held so much of a like staple to Snow White that having not having them is crazy to me. And another thing that I thought was off, there's no prince, okay? There's only Snow White as the princess, and that's all you're gonna get. There's her and Gal Gadot as the evil queen. No, that's it. And so you're probably thinking, EJ Fizzle, does the apple happen? You know, the scene where like she bites the apple and she dead. Yes. But you wanna know what the true love was? It was one of the bandits. Look, I'm all for true love. Okay, I'm here for that. But I just felt off that was a random ass bandit that she didn't know. And like even when she met him, there was a song they played basically telling him how much he hates princesses and tells her how much he does not love princesses. And I'm sitting at a theater like, oh, so he's obviously not the true love, right? Disney, because that would be weird. You know, you had a whole song dedicated to her hating or dedicated to this bandit hating on princesses because they are waiting for the prince or whatever, right? Please tell me I'm right. But yeah, you know, that happens and you know, we all know it, we all know it. Blah blah, we all know it, we all love it. Evil Queen sees the apple, throws it in poison, turns it to a creepy ass old lady, gives apple to Snow White, and she did. And then before she dies, she finds out about something, but I'm not gonna spoil it because one, I don't really spoil things on this channel to begin with, and two, it would be funny if you saw the movie. Like, just bring a group of friends. Honestly, just bring a group of friends. I didn't do that. Again, I'm doing great. But no, I didn't do that because I was like, one, I didn't know who to drag in. Two, the people that I wanted to drag in, they were not available, or they didn't want to show. So I went on this alone. So I did this for you guys. You know, you know how hard it is. You know how hard it is to watch a fucking Disney remake. I left Mufasa. I left Mufasa, but I saw Snow White. I can't take myself seriously. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's all gonna. If y'all want my score, my very genuine score, 5.5 out of 10. I'm sorry, it could have been way better. Towards the end, I thought they were gonna have a fucking end game war with the dwarves and the evil queen, and I was not ready for that. Thank God that did happen. Uh, out of 5 stars, we're gonna go with a 3-star rating. Like I said, this movie could have been better. I would say see it in theaters for the shits and giggles. But if you don't have time or you really don't want to see this movie, EJ Fizzle doesn't blame you. I don't blame you. So you should wait until it goes on Disney Plus then. And be ready for Lilo and Stitch. And that's gonna do it for y'all today. Happy Friday. And y'all have a great rest of your day. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new and you enjoy my silly content. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.